So, thank you guys and welcome back. Stefan Andjelic is with me on stage, the Blockchain Hub lead at RBI. Stefan, very welcome.
Thank you very much. Great to be here with you today.
Christian mentioned before we deep dive into the topic, you were the one who started enthusiastically dealing with the blockchain topic at RBI. If you look back at your starts and look at today's evening, what's the feeling?
Well, it's been, I have to say, quite a journey. When I took over the role in the Blockchain Hub, the industry itself, when it comes to enterprise blockchain solutions, was still at very early stages. And we also, within Raiffeisen, so our basically main responsibility at that time was to bring the topic internally, so to educate different stakeholders and through a small door somehow bring the topic in. So we started by analyzing different concepts from the purely theoretical point of view, and then at the start of the 2019, we decided that basically we also need to bring a proof of value when it comes to different blockchain concepts, and that's when we intensively started engaging ourselves with different kind of initiatives, proof of concepts, pilots, so really experimenting what the technology can bring. And first of all, it helped us get a know-how when it comes to blockchain, because the situation is, as it was mentioned in the panel, so the technology is still very young, that basically most of the concepts, in order to come to the right solution, you have to use the trial and error. So you have to try a lot of things and not to discourage yourself if you fail on this journey. And that's basically the path we took. And it also brought us a lot of good internal and external publicity that now, a year and a half down the road, I can be, and the team can be proud of what we achieved. So the topic got very nicely established internally, and we get also a very good support from our internal stakeholders and senior managements, and they also feel confident about having us push this topic and through such way stay a very relevant player in this market.
And it's also exciting to see how you guys open up and cooperate with startups and blockchain experts in this field. We mentioned RBI Coin. You guys didn't decide to develop that on your own, but with one of your fintechs.
Exactly.
So could you give us some insights on that?
Yes, definitely. So we, I would say, we are not like this kind of a internal hub that is somehow acting too proud to develop everything on our own, because, and I always like to emphasize that the blockchain as such is not core competence of banks. So banks are at the beginning of the journey when it comes to the blockchain technology, and for most of the stuff that we are developing and that other banks are developing, it makes very much sense to refer to external fintechs and companies who have blockchain as the main area of expertise. And I'm very, very happy that we took this path, and also as Christian mentioned, so this actually, the blockchain topic kind of brought us a cohesion when it also comes to establishing our fintech partnerships. So in the last year's Elevator Lab, we were fortunate enough to have the application of a Polish-British fintech Billon, who already at that time had a very extensive track record when it comes to enterprise-level blockchain solutions, which made us confident that they're the right partner for us on this journey. And now, throughout more than a year, we've been working on several different initiatives with them.
A few quick questions from the audience that I think you could answer, talking about RBI Coin. Is RBI Coin going to be limited and predefined amount, or it will be possible for mining?
It will not be possible for mining. So RBI Coin per se is not a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. But it is a stable coin whose value is directly backed by the fiat currency. So being it euros, Russian rubles, hryvnias, etc. So as such, RBI coin cannot be mined. So basically, each RBI coin that will be in circulation will be directly pegged by the fiat currency.
There was another question for Christian at the beginning, but we ran out of time. I think partially we answered it already, but let's ask you again. Do you guys from RBI support startups using blockchain technology to resolve other problems than fintechs? Let's say using blockchain as remote workers identification for the purpose of more successful outsourcing strategy management of the company. Interesting question. Do you only look at your core business or beyond?
We look beyond actually, and I think that would be a simple answer that we are also, let's say, looking in how we could establish different kind of cross-industry partnerships, which would not be directly linked to a blockchain, to the banking business. But what we've realized is that most of these initiatives, in the end of the day, they do have a financial context that then makes sense also for us to participate in such constellations.
Before we finish, just quick takeaways from your side from the panel, interoperability. What did you take away with you?
Yeah, so I hope that audience enjoyed the panel as much as I did, because we really had a great experts in there, and I think the consensus between all the participants is that the issue and challenge of establishing the interoperability is identified. So the issue is there, and we are still at a very early stage of basically coming up with a concrete solution how it can be done. And also to mention this analogy, for the people, if they might still be confused on what interoperability means in terms of blockchain, that if we make the same connotation in internet, in the world of internet, it would be if we would not be able, let's say, to send an email from Hotmail to Gmail. So we are facing the similar issue here now in the world of blockchain interoperability. But so we need to take steps, and as I said, to pursue this kind of a trial and error approach and to come up with a concrete solution in these regards as well.
By the way, I stole this example already from you, and I'm using it already in my moderation. Final remark, you have very, very strong backing in your company. IT, we heard Alexander Zizek. Now we will hear Mr. Januszewski also having a strong statement on that. Could you give us some insights? What kind of teaming up are you experiencing?
Definitely. Yes, definitely. So we are very happy from the RBI Blockchain Hub that we receive a very strong support from our senior management, so from our board of directors, and they are also aware that they cannot expect, let's say, the wonders and in production solutions right away, but this is really, it really takes a kind of extensive learning path, and they're very eager to support our learning in these regards. And I think it might be the best to hear out what our markets board member, Mr. Januszewski, also had to say about the blockchain technology and where he sees the potential of it.
Stefan, perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dan.
And let's hear the video.
In the past few years, we all came across stories about the revolutionary power and possibilities of the blockchain technology and comparison to those of the internet when it comes to transforming the ways in which people and businesses cooperate. And just like with the internet in its early phase of development, many initial concepts of blockchain technology seemed too abstract and were missing the tangible linkage on how they could affect our reality. Nevertheless, with recent innovation, the blockchain technology is reaching the maturity level where we've been encountering a very positive trend of many of these theoretical concepts being brought into practice and establishing the connection to the real-world challenges. One of the areas where I believe we will see the most progress and in production solutions in short to mid-term is in the field of asset tokenization. As such, tokenization is already a reality and comes as a logical consequence of the financial digitization. New fintech players have been rapidly building their own infrastructure, which positively triggered the traditional financial market. Players to pave the way for mainstream adoption of the tokenization and other blockchain-related concepts. This emerging market is one of the areas where blockchain not only delivers real, tangible value by reducing costs and taking out complexity, but it also unlocks new business models for financial institutions. The advantages of tokenized assets are already widely known and include some obvious benefits like frictionless and inexpensive transfer of ownership and 24/7 global trading with instant execution. Also, there are some less obvious but critical benefits like fractional ownership, ability to unlock liquidity from highly illiquid assets such as art or real estate, combined with a very high degree of programmability, which allows for more complex conditional payment structures to be reflected and fully automated. When it comes to the legislation related to tokenization and digital assets in general, we are also seeing a lot of positive developments, with the European Commission taking concrete steps by introducing different proposals on how to protect consumers and investors, maintain the integrity of markets, but also on how to support the significant innovation potential that this technology brings along. For these exact reasons, we at RBI made a decision to team up with the Polish-British fintech Billon and build this asset tokenization platform that allows us to get practical, hands-on experience by tokenizing different types of financial assets. Considering RBI's leading role in the field of payments processing in CE, we decided to start our tokenization journey by creating the RBI Coin, a digital representation of euro currency in the form of these coins. RBI Coin will be only the first step in our tokenization efforts, since concept can be successfully applied to other forms of financial securities as well. Having said that, RBI is currently devoting considerable resources in applying the concept of tokenization to other types of financial instruments, and we are already excited to publicly share the results of this effort soon. We at RBI not only understand the opportunity that tokenization of financial assets brings along, but we are also fully aware that only those financial institutions which engage with new technologies, plan for the future, and adapt to new trends in financial markets will be successful in the future. We are therefore determined to keep transforming continuous innovation into superior customer experience. Thank you.